is imperative that we hold the higher ground from which we can bombard the enemy with our cannons. Captain Steimer will hold the line of this side of the River Ospek, backed up by Captain Feldsturm's artillery.
What is my role, Count?
You will take a contingent across the river and attack the watchtower the Chaos forces are holding on the hill. Drive them back and secure that hill so Feldsturm can set up his battery on the higher ground.
A finely won victory, wouldn't you say, Count Gruber?
I would have said hard fought, Captain Steimer. The priests of Moor will be busy for days burying the dead, don't you think?
A costly victory, yes, Captain von Kessel, but one that we had to achieve. Count Feuerbach's army has suffered many casualties these past months, and last week he took my advice to pull back his forces to Talabayam. If we had failed today, the Northmen would have killed everyone between here and Wolfenburg within days. Our army stands alone.
We cannot rest until the Chaos filth are driven from Sigmar's realm.
Fine words, von Kessel. Though it is the traitors in our midst that concern me more than the Northman hordes.
If you have an accusation to make...
Enough! Word from the generals of Kislev is that another horde is gathering in the north. War bands still roam freely. The safety of the Empire is far from assured at the moment. We must strike hard against this invasion and choke it in its infancy. We must attack where they are gathering.
I would be honored, my lord.
No, I need you with my army. Von Kessel will head north and seek out their camp.
As you command, my lord. Where would you have me march?
Travel east and north, via Esterdorf if you need to resupply, and press on further northwards. There are regiments from my army and others on patrol in the region. Gather up any of them if you can. We will need as many men as possible for the battles ahead.
I hope you can be trusted. Disobedience is in your blood.
My loyalty is to the Empire alone.
Never been in a siege?
Only on the inside of a castle.
We don't have time for a long siege. More and more marauders could arrive any time. You'll have to assault the walls. It's bloody work, very bloody work. My cannons can only do so much. Bring down a wall if it goes well. You'll have to go in. Through the walls or over them.
The battery is sighted, Captain. We're trained on the base of the wall and the ramparts.
Very well. Be prepared to commence the bombardment on Captain von Kessel's order.
Yes, Captain. We'll give them a heavy storm and no mistake. Von Kessel, make your report!
It was a grim battle, Count. The northern scum resisted until the end, and we lost many men in the fighting for the walls. There's not much left to salvage of the keep, I'm afraid.
So, rather than taking Gottrung, you have leveled it, von Kessel?
It would have been better to take the fortress intact, Captain. It will take much work to make this place ready for use again.
If we had stormed the ramparts over the piles of our dead, would that have been satisfactory?
Your insolence does you no credit, von Kessel. Must I listen to your constant yapping?
If you think...
Enough of your excuses! You will remain here until I can find something useful for you to do. Something more suited to your attitude. Now, take me to Captain Feldsturm.
Count Otto von Gruber, I am the Marshal of the Reichslander Guard. I come from Nuln with messages from the Emperor.
Reichsmarshal Trenkenhoff? The man that led Magnus's knights at Kislev?
The same. And now Grand Master of the bodyguard to Emperor Magnus.
Stop groveling, von Kessel. You'll get mud on your tongue.
Messages from the Emperor, you say? These wouldn't be orders, would they?
The Emperor is first amongst equals, Count. You know that. He sends requests to his cousins, not commands. Of course, if the Emperor feels that it is better allocated elsewhere, his support for your cause might vanish.
So, can you give me a short version of these requests?
Our allies from Ulthuan, the elves, have sent more aid. We have learnt that a great number of chaos-worshipping thugs are even now marching south out of Kislev. An ambassador from Ulthuan, an acolyte of the Loremaster Teclis, has been isolated by the enemy, near to the Nordland coast.
What do the elves need us for?
Loremaster Teclis is found at the colleges of magic where he is training battle wizards. If you feel tempted by their services in the future, perhaps you could earn yourself good favor now.
Battle wizards, you say? I shall go myself to meet with these elves.
No. You are to move your army to the east, where the enemy's numbers are greater. There is rumor that there is one amongst their ranks seeking to unite the tribes again. Send a portion of your force under your best man to the elves, and take the rest of your men eastwards.
Go through Nordland to rescue the elves? I pity the poor fellow who gets that thankless task.
Stefan, my boy, perhaps you should meet with this emissary. You have a better manner with strangers than any of my other captains.
The elves shall see the worth of men of the Empire.
Force?
I do. I am Captain Stefan von Kessel of the Ostermark Army, under orders from Emperor Magnus to fight alongside you.
You may call me Aurelian. As an Archmage of Safri, I command these warriors. More of our ships will be arriving soon, and you must meet up with those aboard. I must travel a different path for the moment. Some of our kinsmen have been trapped, and I march to relieve them. You will most likely arrive at your goal before I do. Await me there.
I am ordered to offer whatever assistance I can. I think you overestimate the Northmen, though. Their strength is broken, spread thin.
None know better than we the nature of the powers that pollute the northern wastes. We see what you do not. One will arise from the ashes and blood to lead them again. That cannot be allowed to happen, for the sake of my people as well as yours.
I did not mean to.
If we are to be allies, you must trust me. There are dark things in the world that are beyond the knowledge of men.
But not the elves?
But not the elves. Tell me, what is that mark upon your face?
It is a scar. From a hot brand. My father, my grandfather were tainted with the darkness. It is a reminder to me and a warning to others.
Whatever may have been, there is no taint within you.
I have always thought...
If you were truly marked, I would have killed you.
Congratulations on your victories. Now I come with news and orders from the Emperor himself. Teclis, the Elven Loremaster, believes the next threat will be arriving in the east, in the foothills of the World's Edge Mountains. I can't find Gruber and his army at the moment, so you will have to do.
I'm so glad you turned to me in your need.
Don't act like a child! It's a matter of quantity, not quality! Gruber's army is bigger than yours! Be that as it may, you are here and he is not. You must march east with all haste and counter whatever comes south with the forces and wit you have. Is that understood?
And if I see the Count and he gives me different orders?
The Emperor has commanded you. Do not fail him.
Greetings, Prince Kalanos. May I present Captain Stefan von Kessel of the Emperor's armies?
I offer the thanks of our people to you. As allies, we shall crush this menace.
Yes, I'm sure we will. You must march north into the lands called Kislev. Marauders attacked one of our fleets, and some ships were sunk. Our enemy has longships from Norska to carry him along the coast. They must be hunted down. You and your army will guard the flank of my army while we march to meet the foe.
I march north? My orders are to march to the east, Prince Kalanos. We hope that you might assist us. Your own Loremaster Teclis assures the Emperor that a great army is gathering in the foothills.
Teclis does not command this host, I do. It is vital that we go north, with or without your assistance.
But Prince, we need more warriors to defend our lands. We have barely the strength to hold the river crossings. I will be marching to the east as commanded.
Even now, more ships from our land are on their way and will be arriving soon. We must be ready for when they arrive.
Ready for what?
My forces are not yet ready to march again so soon. I can remain behind to assist the men of the Empire, for a time at least.
Very well. Aurelion and the remnants of her army will stay with you. If we fail in the north, it is your lands, not ours, that will suffer the most.
Send word for Commander Aurelion. Have him...
What do you see?
Do you not see the darkness? Look. Again. Look closely.
My sight does not see everything yours does, Mage of Safri. There is a gloom, perhaps a storm cloud or such.
No. This is no mere cloud. It is an evil spell. A conjuration of the Lord of Decay. Evil is stirring. We head east as soon as the army is ready.
The rune fang of Ostermark, the symbol of the Elector Count. My grandfather once wielded this blade before you betrayed him, before you betrayed the Empire!
It is mine!
It was stolen from my family! Now I have reclaimed it. It will be put to its true purpose again, against the enemies of the Empire!
It was not meant to end. I would become immortal at the right hand of the Lord of Decay. When the armies come south, who will pave the way for them if not I? I bargained my soul for Grandfather Nurgle's protection. But now I have failed him. The rot consumes me.
Burn it! Send the ashes to Emperor Magnus as a gift from me. It is the blood right of my family to wield this blade. The rune fang is the mark of a count, and I reclaim it for the von Kessel family. Any man who wishes to dispute this, raise his voice now!
Captain! News from Nordland! A great army of the Dark Gods has been sighted and is heading south! They are led by a nightmare given form, by a great prince of evil!
A demon prince? Here in the Empire? Calm down and tell me everything.
The army marches eastward as we speak. There's no sign of the elves, no word from Prince Kalanos. Talabayam is undefended.
Send out scouts to find the Reichsmarshal and the army under Lady Aurelion. Tell them what you have told me and return with any further news. I fear Kalanos and his host have been destroyed. They fought alone when we should have been beside them. We must gather what strength we can and hold Talabayam against this threat. Men of the Empire, the war is not yet won! We fight on! Have I? Is the war over?
The war is never over. However, this battle is won, and a great enemy has been defeated. There will be other battles to be fought, but not for a while. You and your people have earned themselves a little peace.
And what of your people? What of the folk of Ulthuan?
We have fought this foe for thousands of years, and we will fight it for thousands more if need be. Yet, while we have allies like you, we will not fight alone. And that is good for all of us.
You survived then, Reichsmarschall!
I survived the Great War against Chaos. This was no worse. I bring word from the Emperor. Magnus sends his congratulations on a great victory. Worthy of a Count of the Empire were his words, I believe.
I did what any man... A Count of the Empire, you say?
Yes, Stefan, a Count. The Emperor has recognized your claim to the throne of Ostermark, and none of the other electors have objected. You are to travel to Nuln as soon as matters here are resolved for your formal elevation. A finely won victory, Count von Kessel.
I told you there is no evil in your heart. It is just a scar and nothing more. There is no mark of chaos upon you.
We are learned in many ways of healing. Our kin can remove that for you.
No, I shall keep it. As you say, it is just a scar. One of many I now have. Nothing more.